So next is corporate values, which is something that kind of ties into corporate culture. But I really wanted to separate this from corporate culture because it's something that really struck me when I walked into this organisation was the fact that they didn't discriminate based on your background. It's something that's really become apparent working on Project Wellington was the different perspectives you can get on certain situations because everyone's got a different background. Even just in our little tiny office, you've got people with law backgrounds, science backgrounds, you've got business, humanities, everything and anything. And it's really allowed us to excel on projects. And they bring a different perspective to us, to everything. And so I think that that's something that I've quite enjoyed is seeing how people take a different approach to certain things. When we first started having sort of meetings about our year in the industry last year, we're always talking about how you're going in with fresh eyes. You're the third perspective they'll be looking for. And I kind of took that in my stride, like, oh, I'm coming in, I don't know a lot, I can have a different perspective. What I didn't realize is you don't have to be fresh off the street to do that. The way you think can be completely different and really differentiate yourself from everyone. And so I think that that's a strength of the company. Admittedly, it does mean that not everyone's got the finance background, which is a bit of a weakness, but I think that's something that, they take in their stride. The way that the MDs work is they have the knowledge. They've got an incredible amount of knowledge, and we're there to learn from them. We're there to just absorb everything, and then once you have enough knowledge, you can start giving back information with your own lens on it. And that's something that you can do with, working groups that I've been on. You're talking to the client and then they've got their own subsidiaries within this working group, and each person's got their own different lens on the same situation. And the way that you look at the same situation can really alter the way that you have or approach it, because you can look at it from different angles. And I think that that's something that I'd like to work on a bit more. It's sort of not being afraid to take my own perspective on something. I don't have to be a sheep about it. I can think about things my own way, and that's really encouraged to think that your opinion is still valid, even though it might not be the way that someone else thinks as well. And that's really important. And that's something that people look for, particularly things like problem-solving skills. Thinking outside the box. It's one of the biggest cliches, but it's really important to have as a skill. And that's again one of those transferable skill sets that you can have. And yeah, I'm really enjoying harnessing that and having that different lens. Particularly now that I've got more knowledge, I can use that a bit more, and I can really develop it and sort of utilize it to my advantage. And that comes with time, and confidence in what you're doing. I think that's developing. If I'd gone in all guns blazing, had not absorbed information or, been proactive in my learning, and come across as almost cocky, it wouldn't have worked the same way. Sort of sitting back, taking the back seat, but in a good way, and really harnessing the fact that I've been a student for 2 years at uni, and having that sort of same approach, like I'm going to spend the first couple of weeks just learning, and then I'm going to start to question things and, you know, progress forward. It's like this little cycle. You sit, you observe, then you start to get involved. I think that that's something that I'm glad I didn't change before I started working for this firm. I went in and I was quite, not timid, but I wasn't not cocky, but I didn't go in self-righteous. Like, I know everything, I'm going to question what you do because I know better. I didn't know a lot, and I think that really helped with just allowing me to sit back, observe, really understand how things work. And so, yeah, that's something that I think I didn't expect to learn. I remember having a conversation with my dad about it. Actually, both of my parents, before I got on the plane, they both said, you know, work hard, learn, really think about things, really sort of learn how organisations work. They change based on where you're working, what industry, what sector. You know, just learn to adapt, and that's the best way to go about it. So I think that's why it kind of differs from culture, because it's a value of the company, and that's something that I've really learnt to value myself. You know, not being afraid to question things. It's important. So I'll go more into more detail about corporate culture in one of the next videos.